Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the unconventional attorney. Today, I want to talk to you about networking takes work. Before I get to that, though, I want to remind you, if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest law firm owner newsletter of all time, you can subscribe by going to theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Every Sunday, I send out some goodness, and you can get it. theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Okay, so today I want to talk about networking. It was a topic of conversation today in the Sanctuary weekly boardroom meeting, virtual meeting. This is the fifth week of the month, so I had a guest speaker on. Mr. Andrew Norman came in and absolutely dominated, and he's a buddy of mine, really, really close friend of mine. I would also consider him to be one of the best networkers that I know, and we talked a lot about networking. Then I had one of the one-on-one calls with a new member, and we talked a lot about networking then. And I was reminded of a couple things. Thing number one is how important and integral networking was when I first started my estate planning law firm. And part two is just how much work you have to put in. And I knew this from the stuff that I did. I, for some reason, thought that Andrew, because he was so good, just did it naturally. But it turns out, nope, he did a bunch of work as well. So I want to just talk about that real quick and the way that I kind of do it and the way that he does it and the way that you have to do it. What I did, networking for me basically doesn't really involve trying to find a bunch of people to send me business, more so than it involves me trying to find interesting people that have businesses that overlap with mine, where we can help each other out if necessary. Obviously, referrals are nice, and that's kind of the name of the game. That's what you want. But even with my estate planning meetings, I don't often promise to send any referrals to anyone because it's just sort of an awkward, it's harder for me. But the way that I networked back in the day, and the way that I probably will start it again, maybe just on a smaller scale, is to just reach out to every single financial planner that I could find. If I could find their contact information, I was reaching out to them and I was asking them if they want to have coffee. Basically, just say, look, I'm new. I just opened my office. I'm trying to meet some people, make some connections, and I'd love to just talk with you and learn about your business. And I met with a bunch of people, and maybe like 10% were cool. The other 90% were either too new, they didn't have any established business, they had no business plan, they didn't know what they were doing, or they were too old. They were just resting on their laurels. They weren't actively trying to create new business, or we just didn't get along, And it's kind of funny, as I was talking to Terry, who's the guy I was having a conversation with, it's kind of like networking is kind of like dating a little bit, Like you meet with somebody the first time, you're just trying to see, do you guys have anything in common? Do you like each other at all? Do you want to meet again? I've been on a date in a long time, but I can imagine that that's kind of what it's like. And a lot of people that you meet, you won't want to meet again. You won't want to talk to again. And that's okay. But you can't know that unless you meet them. So the plan for me was to reach out, and I wanted to have at least one coffee meeting every day, Monday through Friday. And that's what I would try to be doing right now. You can do them over Zoom if you have to. If you can do them in person and in a way that everybody's comfortable with, outside or whatever, then this is going on during COVID, in case you watch this way in the future, then do that. But my goal is to have one meeting set up every single day. And so what I would do is I would start calling, and if somebody wanted to meet with me, I would put on the calendar. Every day I would keep calling. So if next week got filled up, it's like Wednesday and next week was already filled up, I'd still be calling people, and I'd be setting them up for the week after that, and the week after that, and I just try to fill. And I was doing 2 coffee meetings a day for weeks, just meeting people, having conversations, and it was interesting. I could have had more fun with it, and I think you could have more fun with it too. But networking is definitely a way that you can get business for yourself. To do that, you just have to keep reaching out. If you know someone, by the way, that has a lot of good contacts, another great way to network is to ask for introductions. And this is the ninja tip of the day, by the way. I probably shouldn't share this because it's sanctuary gold. But one of the things that Andrew talked about doing that I'd never even thought of that is pretty smart and interesting. If he was trying to meet with somebody that was like a tier or 2 above him, So if you're trying to meet with somebody that's really, really well established, you know they have a good referrals network to give, or you know that it's someone that you would want to create a relationship with, what he would do is reach out to them and say, hey, I would love to take you out to lunch or to coffee and talk to you, learn about your business, let you know about what's going on with me, see if there's some synergy there. If it's not, if this meeting is not worthwhile to you, send me a bill for your hourly rate and I will pay it. All right? Hard for people to say no when you're willing to compensate for their time. And I would imagine that people get asked to do that in that manner 0 times. And so it's kind of novel. And it also shows that you're serious. So if you have someone that you want to meet that's like maybe a little higher up, maybe they have a little more street cred than you, maybe they don't see a lot of reason to meet with you, I would try that route, because I think you'll get a lot more yeses that way than nos. And then you just got to make sure that you're bringing some value during that conversation. Okay? All right, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully this makes sense. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Give me some love. Let me know so I keep coming back. If you have a question or comment, leave it. I will answer it. And if you know someone needs to hear this, please share it with them. On the flip side, as always, if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest law firm owner newsletter of all time, you can subscribe by going to theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. And every Sunday I send some goodness. Come and see it. All right. That is it. As always, I am Christopher Small. I am the Unconventional Attorney. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you again soon. See ya.